Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So we got to talk about Jasmine Crockett, who has been making the news lately, mainly because Democrats, naively and foolishly, are decided to take this ghetto Democrat and have her run for the Senate. And you know what I say? This is what I say. Do it. Go ahead, Democrats. We love not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Even don't really say I like her so much anymore. But we love Jasmine Crockett. Do it, Democrats. We need Jasmine Crockett. Yes, we do, Democrats. We need to turn Texas blue. Nominate her. Come on. Let's do it. This is what I tell you. Because as Republicans, and as it doesn't matter if we're in power or out of power, we always should be rooting for the worst of the worst on the Democratic Party because they are easier to beat. Easier the better, right? And besides, I don't want to see Jasmine Crockett become senator. I'm sure we all don't want that. It's bad enough she's already in Congress. But I'm just saying, it's pretty. I honestly support the idea of Democrats electing these lunatics because they instead of lying to us and electing these politicians that read off a script, you might as well elect these politicians that will just blatantly set normal, everyday people off, like Stephen A. Smith. Right? No, people know who Stephen A. is. Yeah, he didn't like Jasmine Crockett. She's impulsive. She's a little child. Absolutely. Trump, you can make your arguments about Trump. The difference is Trump's been around since the 70s. Late 70s. That's where he got his reputation. Okay? People knew that of Trump. 30 years of advance. 40 years. A 40-year legacy. They knew what to expect. Jasmine Crockett, you just see this ghetto congresswoman walk up into the House of Representatives. She's cussing. She's swearing. She's narcissistic to reporters. And she wants to talk about how she wants to beat up her political opponents like Ted Cruz. You just want to punch Ted Cruz. Blah, blah, blah. Whack him over the head. This is what the Democrats want. And forget about the thing that's popping up. This is a scam. I've been having that for a month. But anyway, it's absolutely mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. So, you know what? The Democrats love these people, and I'm not going to tell them otherwise. For all you guys, for you people that say, oh, we have to hope that Haley Stevens wins the primary in Michigan. Foolish. You want that Muslim Zohran Mamdani socialist-like guy backed by Bernie Sanders to win the primary. Because what you're doing is you're selling your victory away. You gotta hope that the Democrats are that stupid that they're just going to let their ignorance take over their logic. Though, let's be honest, Democrats having logic is an understatement. Let their ignorance take over the little logic that they have. And they are sure doing that in Texas. Now, let's be honest. I think we would win Texas anyway. I mean, let's face it, Democrats are in denial right now. They are saying that they're going to win the House of Representatives. In fact, there are some panicking Republicans that are worried, that take Rasmussen, what he says, every word he says for granted. And they're saying, oh, this is true. We could lose the House. Like how? How? Okay. Ohio, Yeah, maybe a possibility. That's all they get. That's all they get. If you're going to have a blue wave, if a blue wave was to sweep across the United States, like more than 2018, I highly doubt it though. If a blue wave were to sweep, maybe Ohio falls, North Carolina, Georgia, Maine, Michigan, that's it. Republicans max out with 50. Perhaps the Republican inches Texas by a little bit, and maybe puts Georgia into leaning territory. That's all you get. It's 50-50. Yeah, sure, Democrats can take a victory lap, but Republicans still have the Senate because J.D. Vance, the vice president, breaks the tie. But I'm hoping we don't have that situation. And to be honest, I don't think we're at that point where Sherrod Brown, who's an skeleton, really, he is a mummy, I would say a phenomenon, a museum object, that basically needs to be put back into the museum. He's a 1980s sub-politician, a Mitch McConnell-like politician. He needs to go. And I don't know if Ohioans are going to get behind the idea of Sherrod Brown. And not to mention, Sherrod Brown doesn't excite the populist Democrats, right? The far left. Sherrod Brown represents the old guard of the Democrat Party. So in order to have these really big Democrats win, they got to be radical. They got to be nasty. I don't see that in Sherrod Brown. So if anything, maybe John Husted wins by a little bit. But let's be honest, Democrats are throwing their chances away. Maybe Jasmine Crockett's best chance of flipping Texas, best performance is probably a 7-point win for Republicans. But I think that is pushing it. Because trust me, Jasmine Crockett is probably the most lousiest politician on the planet. And I want to know how Jasmine Crockett would do in a Senate run regardless. So let's pull this up. Counties. So looking at the current state of the primaries, we're just assuming that in this hypothetical, Crockett has the nomination. This is just our assumption. Crockett has a nomination. If she runs, she's probably going to get it pretty easily. United States. So if she runs, who is she running against? It's either Ken Paxton, Wesley Hunt, and I'm telling you, we talked about this before. I mean, John Cornyn has tons of endorsements. Okay? And yeah, we're all hoping that Ken Paxton pulls it off. But yeah, his lead has shrank significantly, not gonna lie. And I personally think the polls, John Cornyn's probably going to inch it by a bit, if not by a lot. He's an incumbent. His latest performance, let's see. Yeah, he pulled a 76%. That's pretty good compared to an unpopular senator. We saw John Curtis. You got a mayor of a Utah city in Washington County winning like 30%, upper 30s, beat it against a U.S. congressman for Senate. That was ridiculous. 76%, 80%, it's over 1 million. That's still somewhat of a mandate. I expect Cornyn to inch it out, especially with the MAGA Republicans, especially kind of inching it out when it comes to just specifically talking about let's see. Yeah, I'm talking about like Wesley Hunt and what he does in regards to that. So, yeah, I think this is what needs to happen. Yeah, and besides, well, I don't believe the general election polling. General election polling has always been off in Texas. I mean, yeah, John Cornyn being all red by 4. Maybe I'd expect it by 7, but that's still a good margin. Yeah, and you're getting a lot of polls getting Colin Allred, getting Ken Paxton. This half of these polls were a part of summer response bias, but we'll see. I mean, this race is really up in the air. We know it's going Republican, right? We know it's going Republican. But if they want to run Jasmine Crockett, be my guest. I really want to know the hypothetical polling. If they do have hypothetical polling for Jasmine Crockett. Okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. Although it is respectable, 44%. And then that's something that we kind of have to expect. I mean, Jasmine Crockett will appeal to the insane far left Democrat. That's something we have to expect, that the far left vote will get out and vote. You also have Ken Paxton, then again, he's performing less of a significant margin. You got Wesley Hunt. But hey, if Democrats want to throw away their chances, okay, do it. Because we got people like Stephen A. Smith, who is a Democrat, a liberal, but he represents the average sane constituent. Where, yeah, this lady is a TikTok star that one day woke up and said, I'm going to run for Congress. And all she cares about is going viral and getting likes, not actually serving her constituents. So obviously, this says a lot. So, we'll just say Crockett. Yeah, I really doubt she's going to win. Like, Texas has to be that insane. Worse than Virginia. Virginia, electing Jay Jones to the Attorney General's office is way better than Texas electing Jasmine Crockett to the U.S. Senate. Let's be serious now. Let's be real. So, yeah, go ahead, Democrats. If you guys want to take down the establishment, if Jasmine Crockett is the future of your party, we're not going to disagree. We Republicans, we will stand up. We'll just say we'll get out of the way and we'll let it happen. Do what you have to do, Democrats. Make Jasmine Crockett your new brat queen. And, hey, I support it. Republicans need to back this. If they really want to win, this is what you have to do. Now, I would go ahead and say, look, something similar to this election, maybe a little. I think Southern Texas goes blue. It did go red in the presidential race, but we're talking about a midterm, so the turnout's going to be a little bit lower. And the liberals are going to say, oh, well, that's deportations. No. I think counties like this county, I think that's Henry County or something like that. This county is it's proven itself to be a Republican stronghold. I think it's going for Cornyn. You got a lot of Hispanic counties that generally, of course, are Republican still. They still will be going Republican. I do think this county down here is going to stay for Cornyn. but I think specifically Southern Texas, it's proven itself through history to be a Democratic stronghold. It may be forever. I don't know. 2024 may be the change to that. I hope. No one's hoping against that. But I do think that these counties, the 11 counties down here, will probably back the Democrat Jasmine Crockett, mainly due to the low turnout. But you also got these counties on the Panhandle. You got this one right here. That's, of course, Bexar. We got Travis County. We got Harris and the county down below it. Dallas. And this is kind of what I'm expecting it to look like at the end of the night. This is kind of my prediction. Jasmine Crockett's weak performance. And maybe, I find it hard for Jasmine Crockett to pick out Tarrant County, right here. Colin Alred picked up that county. Perhaps he could get away with that. She could get away with that. I'm not saying she won't. But then, if Tarrant County's going to vote for Jasmine Crockett, I think Tarrant County is more conservative. Vote for Joe Biden, barely. But if Tarrant County does vote, it would be due to low turnout reasons. But this is pretty much your map of Texas. Nothing much to say then. This is what I'm predicting the Senate map to look like. John Cornyn getting reelected. She might pick up this county. But I'm just saying how weak she is as a congresswoman and as someone who's running an election. I wouldn't expect a amazing performance. The Democrats, and of course, when she loses by a lot, they'll say, it's because of racism, misogyny, sexism. That's what they'll do. And who knows? She might run for president. I'm just saying. She won't have a seat anymore. If she runs, good news is we don't have to deal with a Jasmine Crockett. And hey, Democrats, they allegedly don't like this gal. And they're probably encouraging her to run. And the reason that they're probably encouraging her to run, trying to test Red Eagle here, is not to try to win Texas. It's trying to get rid of her because she's that bad. It's like blood curling reek through your body. Even the Democrats know it. And that's why they're saying, you know what, just run for Senate. Because then you will lose, and we don't have to worry about you again because now you're unemployed. She's becoming the sacrificial lamb. She has become because just like California, it's like, which Republican should we sacrifice to the Democrat monster? Because really, there's no such thing as winning California. There's no such thing as winning Texas, as Republicans have the areas they need to win. And everyone raises their hand. They say Jasmine Crockett is going to be the sacrificial lamb. They throw her into the fire, and we never hear of her again. Hey, it's a win for Democrats. I'm just saying, this is what represents the Democratic Party. This is what the Democratic Party, mainly the crazy constituents of the Democrats, the far leftists, they want to make Jasmine Crockett their symbol of the Democratic Party. And I'm not opposed to that. In fact, I hope they go with that. But you have the establishment, they want to get rid of her. So of course the establishment's going to say, you know what? Maybe Jasmine Crockett running for Senate isn't a bad idea. In fact, I think it's an amazing idea. And I agree with the establishment. I think Republicans and Democrats can agree on one thing. Jasmine Crockett running for Senate would be a beautiful thing, an amazing thing. Do it, Democrats. I am rooting for Jasmine Crockett. I'm going to support her in the primary. Hey, I might vote for her. I'm not even from Texas, but if I was, I might vote for her. Because that makes it easier for Republicans to win in the general election. We're going to win in the general election. We know that. But hey, they're saying it's supposed to be a blue wave. I mean, we're talking, if we get these far leftists in, their chances of a blue wave are dwindling. But then again, blue wave is going to be determined by turnout. That's why Republicans 2026 have to make 2026 about turnout. Turnout. You should definitely vote in the midterms. These are national races. Make that a priority. So anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.